The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Oh, you picked the day to be a part of the show today, boys and girls.
Are you laying down?
Welcome to a show that I've been counting down for. I would like this if I actually thought I could do a whole show smoking a cigar, Dave. How are you on this Monday?
Don't get us in trouble, please. What are you doing?
Did something happen on Sunday?
Sit up.
Did something happen on Sunday?
Shohei hit another home run.
This will be a show. We're going to take a victory lap, my boys and girls.
Oh, God.
We're going to take a victory lap.
He's Matt. I'm Dave. This is
We're taking a victory
Bostonian
lap.
versus the book.
That Bostonian.
God.
June, July,
Oh, you're so
August,
Oh, my
September.
God. Oh, my God.
I seem to remember something being said and you saying that if the Patriots win, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this?
Yeah. Oy.
Outright on a Rithmm Monday, boys and girls.
Yes.
Welcome into the Bostonian versus the Book. As Dave said, Sharapan Perrault live on YouTube, live on Twitter, replayed on SiriusXM, replayed on Sports Grid TV.
Yep.
Fitzy will be by today.
Yep.
He will be probably as insufferable as I am currently about all of this. Because the glasses, you have to put them all on. You got to just feel today. Because everyone said the Patriots were the worst team in football.
They still are.
They are not even close. That was wrong
Carolina.
then.
Actually,
That is wrong now.
Carolina, yeah.
The New York
Carolina
Jets are the worst team in football, and it's
Giants.
not even close.
Giants.
Giants. That's Freudian slip. I hate the Jets. Just naturally say the Jets suck, so it's just in my brain.
Carolina. Maybe.
Bad. Think the Giants are worse.
Mm.
They're going to be worse. I got to be honest. I can't wait to ask Fitzy this question because I was trying to figure out at this level of smugness and rubbing it in your face for Boston people. Like this is, I think it might be going back to the Steeler AFC Championship game back in 2001.
What do you bring that up?
I think that's the last time, because that's the last time I was told by the entire world that the Patriots cannot do something. We were said, everyone, groupthink. You're going to Pittsburgh. You got Tom Brady in Pittsburgh. Come on, bro. Ain't going to happen. Can't win there. Nice little run you got going on, but can't happen.
The line was the same then, too, by the way. We were 8-point favorites, 8.5-point favorites. Steeler won those. That was a brutal.
So that, I think, was the last time I felt like, yep, everyone said the Patriots couldn't do it. Because from that moment on, nobody really said that as groupthink. They went on and won the Super Bowl, and it was like, okay, well, they can do that. They can do anything. And no one, for the next 20 years, dared to utter the Patriots cannot. They're the worst. I mean, Frank Schwab, I cannot. We have to get Frank on the air. I got to get this take. I got to get Frank on because he stood there at a podium and repeatedly said the offensive line for the Patriots is the worst offensive line in football. That offensive line is the worst. That offensive line is the worst offensive line in football because Ramondre Stevenson is still running. He's still going up against the Bengals front that was supposed to be one of the best in the AFC.
Yeah, they didn't have a very good game.
No,
They didn't
not
they
even
did
close.
not have a very good game at all. Yeah.
So
wait,
James
are you saying that the Patriots are going to make the playoffs now?
No, I'm not saying anything. My entire season was made yesterday. The whole season. Everything is, I don't care. Here on out, I don't care.
Really?
I don't care. I'm good. Yeah, this is a rebuild year. This was groupthink on groupthink about how bad the Patriots were going to be. They're going to win 5 games. They're going to be 5-12. They're already 1-0. They need 4 more wins of the next 16 games.
Yep.
So, and they've got teams on their schedule. They should be able to do exactly what they did to the Bengals to win. Dominate both lines of scrimmage.
Dominate.
Run the football. And Jacoby Brissett does not throw picks. I said this all summer. He doesn't turn the football over. It's one of the best things about him.
Right.
Him and Aaron Rodgers are the top 2 most active quarterbacks currently in the NFL for number of passes per picks. They don't throw interceptions. And if the Patriots don't hurt themselves, and look at the margin was this, right? 2 turnovers in the red zone, huge fumbles, huge mistakes. Patriots didn't make any. Bengals made all of them.
Yep.
That's how you pull off major upsets. Are they as talented as the Bengals? No. Does it matter? No.
No, they're 1-0.
Took Jamar Chase and put him on the sidelines and said, bye-bye. You're not doing anything. 2 catches, 15 yards. Out of the game plan. No T. Higgins. Will they get him back? Of course they'll get him back. We'll see what he looks like when he comes back. The Bengals will be fine. Patriots aren't making the playoffs. They're the worst team in the AFC East. But for one day, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
You feel better now?
Oh, I feel so. I'm just warming up. I'm just warming up. We got Fitzy in an hour. Wait till he comes on. I can't wait to talk to him.
Man,
he's going to be
phenomenal. It's going to be all crazy.
Because the Patriots bounced 35% of the Circa Survivor.
Yeah.
One game, 35%.
Oh, man.
Goodbye. See you later.
I was down there last night. We hung out with some people who signed up, and they were out. I mean, your life in this contest for a dime was less than 3 hours. That game went by pretty fast. It's one of those things. That's crazy.
4,895 entries gone.
Yeah,
gone. In a blink, gone.
Yeah.
What's interesting is that the next 10 all won.
Yep.
The next 10 on that list all won.
What, if Falcons weren't in the top 10?
Nope. So your top 10 list. Oh, yeah, they were. Sorry, you're right. Excuse me. You're right. So then 9 out of the last 10.
Right.
All the way to the Giants. Seahawks, Bills, Saints, Bucks, Bears, Chargers, Lions, Dolphins, Vikings, 49ers play tonight.
Saints was the best pick. As far as comfort.
Yeah. No sweat.
And the fact that you weren't going to really have many opportunities to use them again. So that was a good pick. And
strategic.
Yep. Same
good
with
pick.
The Seahawks. That one was a little bit of a sweat. The Bills obviously was a big sweat, and you end up using a team that's favored to win a division. But yeah, sorry, people that picked Cincy. What is this? What does this say, Evan?
Look at this.
Actually, it's over. Patriots +8 beat the Bengals in the opener. The biggest week 1 upset since the Bucks +10 over the Saints in 2018. Boy, that was a good game for the book. I remember that one. Woo! Burrow moves to 2-7 ATS in his first 2 games of the regular season now. So
remember that. And the Chiefs are now up to a 6-point favorite in week 2.
Yeah.
Bengals opening up 0-2 is highly likely.
Yep.
Which in your division, whew.
Well, there is only, now that your soliloquy about the Patriots is done.
Yes.
I don't know if you checked the AFC North standings.
Only one team won.
One team won.
Pittsburgh Steelers. And TJ Watt looked, we'll get to it later, but
they didn't even score a touchdown in one.
Which is concerning.
Old school football,
which is concerning. By
defense, baby.
It is, but it's concerning when you kick 6 field goals.
Defense.
Fine, you kick 6 field goals. That's still concerning. When you kick 6 field goals in a game.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6. 6 field goals.
I mean, some people took the Giants and the Browns and the Raiders and the Titans in this contest.
Yeah, those are the syndicates. They just in case, 4 of the top favorites lose, and somehow one of them is like, you have the Giants through, everybody's out, there's less than 5,000 people in this contest, then you're good to go.
Okay.
So you'll see some random picks every week when those get submitted, and you're like, okay, what are they doing? That's what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about this. 45 entries failed to put in a pick for Survivor.
It never ceases to amaze me that there's a handful. 45 is a lot. And so, of course, I asked like Supervisor Kevin and, the writers, that anybody come up, and they come up at like, 4:05. Hey, I missed it. I missed the deadline. Can I put my no?
Oh,
No.
it's a tough conversation. Oh.
It's no. There's nothing we can do. No. They took phone calls, places they couldn't get their picks in. Something happened. It's not just use us, but
Right.
there's
A
proxies.
proxy, right. I mean, I just go back to the line. We played it on the show with Bill Krachenberger, and he said that if you're in this contest and you don't have a proxy, you're probably doing yourself a disservice because the insurance it gives you to do it.
Yeah.
Because some people, I think if you had come up to us and said, hey, I don't need you for the whole year, but I need you for a partial season or for backup, I'm going to pay you X, we would probably negotiate it pretty cheaply for you.
Yeah.
Just to be a backup and just say, hey, if my pick doesn't get entered, or I can't get to a place or whatever it might be, just, if I'm going to go out with the boys or I'm going to go to Mount Charleston and there's no service, I know that I'm going there. Hey, do me a favor, put this pick in because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Just as insurance.
702-570-8255 is the text number. If it comes up in that situation and you're stuck, you can send us a text at that number. Admin team sees it. We see it. We can get back to you right away. And, don't not put a pick in.
Oh, yeah. Lose on your own pick. Don't lose by a
pick
0.
the Bengals and then lose.
And take that. Yeah. Just take the L the natural way. Don't take the L the unnatural way.
If you get us or some of the other proxies do it too, we won't let you get a 0.
Right.
We'll put something in for you. You can't just not get a pick. It's amazing. And this ain't going to be the only week it happens. The first 6 weeks, there's at least one no pick. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
Awesome. Appreciate that, sir.
Yeah. None were due to proxy mistakes. So,
Derek is right.
So it wasn't that. People just straight up forgot or had cell phone issues, connectivity issues, whatever it might be. But for a lot of people, they just forgot, because it's Saturday going on to Sunday. So your brain hasn't done that twist yet.
Yep.
You haven't flipped. You're still thinking about college, or you're thinking about the wife or the soccer tournament that you're at or whatever it might be. And then all of a sudden it's 4:00 Pacific and you're like, wait, oh no. And that pit in your stomach, that drop, that feeling of, I can't believe I just did this, becomes a reality.
I did it in Circa Millions. I was rolling and usually I'm not rolling into October. My goal a lot of times when I do these contests is just to be 500 at the end of September.
Okay, fair.
Let it all shake out because I'll get better as the season goes on. I just it's working in the book. You get more information, you get better. And I was at a softball tournament in 2019, and I realized that I didn't put the picks in. And I was in Mesquite.
Oh, no,
so
golfing?
I had 45 minutes in Mesquite because I set the alarm.
Okay.
I was like,
smart.
Picks confirmed. So I'm doing front toss before the game. And I go, hold on, girls, I'll be right back. And I went in the dugout. I couldn't log in. And I was in Mesquite. There was I couldn't download, I couldn't get the app to work. I called down there and I'm like, hey, can you do this? No, we can't. I was like, I get it. What do I do? They're like, get in the car and drive. And I said, I'm in the middle. The game starts in 30 minutes. I can't leave the kids at the field because I got to go put in contest picks. Tried again. Took an 0-5. As fate would have it, finished about 6 games out of the money. It was so aggravating.
Sucks.
So dumb.
It really does. It really does suck. 3 of the biggest dogs all covered in week 1. It's really one of those interesting weeks because people were like, okay, lay the points. Well, the Broncos covered on the hook. The Cardinals covered on the hook. The Patriots won the game outright. 3 biggest dogs of week 1 all covered. Dogs of 6.5 points or more are now 49-27 ATS in week 1 since 2006, that according to Bet Labs. Of those 19 total seasons, these big dogs are above 500 against the spread in 18 of 19 seasons during week 1. this is one of those things to look at week 1 next year. Don't lay big point spreads in week 1 of the NFL. Chances are it's too high.
What's really happened is that especially with the proliferation of sports betting in different states and the rush to get stuff up, these numbers come out so early for week 1. It didn't used to be that way back in the day. Used to put them up in preseason, like when you actually had information. But now you put these numbers up in May after the draft, and they marinate, they get massaged, and they get played, and this and that. By the time it gets to this point, they're sharper than they ever been. Like there's usually games that are, it used to be there were some big swings and misses, and not so much anymore on the dogs, especially. Like there's just your favorite wins and blows them out, like the Saints did. You can't do nothing about that,
Right?
You know, that's fine. But I mean, think about Thursday night. Like the game came down to the last play. Friday night with the Eagles came down to getting a field goal to get off the 2. Like 2? How's it on 2? Get a field goal late to make it 5. And then last night, primetime game, goes to overtime. You know, sits right on the number. There was a lot of games.
How'd you like the ending of that game? Totally fair, right? That was a fair ending.
Couldn't stop the run.
It's just so garbage. That's how we end a game that good. That game was awesome. To end a game like that, Rams don't even touch the football.
Make us stop.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's such a dumb rule. It's such a stupid decision. Then we change it during the postseason. And we're like, oh, well, we know it's stupid, but during the playoffs, we'll make it more fair. Like it's just dumb. Like I cannot, with how valuable a single win is in the NFL,
right?
Which how much it swings your entire season. You know, if you're going 9-8 or 8-7 or 8-9, it's a completely different narrative. It's a different opportunity. Everything. It's one win, but it's a totally different season if you go 9-8 versus 8-9, and we determine these overtime games based upon one possession. It's just it's awful.
Can you imagine holding a +5 ticket?
Oh gosh, that's just brutal.
I asked that on Twitter. I got a poll up right now. What's the worst way to lose when a game goes to overtime? Which sport? Is it football when you got the dog +5 and that happens? Is it a shootout in either hockey or soccer? Those are brutal. Baseball, ghost runner, just period.
I don't mind ghost runners because both teams have a chance with the same stupid rule. So my problem with the ghost runner is totals. It's not a problem with who wins the game.
Right.
So because both teams get a crack at the bat, both teams get a chance with a runner on second base. So I don't mind the baseball win-loss situation. They want to end the game, but I hate it because it screws with totals because it changes, artificially creating situations that don't exist in baseball. But
having under is like in baseball with the ghost runner.
Yeah. So I would remove baseball from that. Hockey shootouts are stupid. I hate them.
What about basketball? Just basketball, period. When you have the dog +4 and you're right there, and
but at least we play the game, though, Dave. We don't change the rule. A 4-point.
Well, that's what I mean. Like the basketball loss is the least of that whole thing.
Of course. Like it would be one thing if like a 4-point line like magically appeared, like we had like you just like you lift a piece of tape, and all of a sudden like a 4-point line appeared in overtime. That's what they do in baseball. You just magically appear extra offense to make it. There's a 4-point line now in overtime for the NBA. So basketball is the most fair, 100%. Hockey shootouts are ridiculous, but football is the most unfair. Football is just completely unfair.
I was sitting with a guy who had the Rams +5. I said, we'll bet the lines on the money line right now. He's like, what do you mean? I said, what if the Rams don't touch the ball? I said, they go down and score. I said, he's like, because he thought he was good.
Oh, no.
He can just win by field goal. And I was like, well, no, if they get the ball here and just drive down and score,
you're in trouble.
He didn't do it. And it was the last leg of a 4-team parlay.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Whoops. I was like, just bet the lines on a money line for the bet.
Right. To cover yourself.
If it's a $20 parlay, he's going to win $200.
Isn't that ridiculous? Even the crowd knew game was over.
Daniel G, boots on the ground. Sending pictures, posting. Good job, Daniel G. Yeah, that place was... whew, that place was
Great
wild
atmosphere.
last
Great atmosphere. Great game. Hate
Don't
the
let
way it
that
ended.
team get home field, man.
What a fun game that was last night. That was one of the best Sunday night football games I can remember. Just really well played. Both teams, it felt like a gigantic heavyweight boxing match, just hammering each other. It was it was great. It was fun to watch. Big win.
Yeah.
Let's roll it back to Friday. Jordan Love gets injured at the end of the game in the Packers in the Eagles game in Brazil. He's out 3 to 6 weeks after signing the biggest contract in the history of Packer football. And now he's on the sidelines, and Malik Willis is now the starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers for the next month.
Somebody told me last night that they're calling Ryan Tannehill because they're not sure.
I wouldn't trust Willis.
Right.
Yeah. I would go find a vet. Yeah. Just to come in, step in. I don't know if Tannehill's the answer, but
I don't know either. But
Joe Flacco 2.0, trying to find that magic in some form or fashion. Somebody off the scrap heap. It just sucks because the field was garbage. And I'm sorry to our friends in Brazil. I love you guys. I appreciate you watching and thank you for all the information you've been giving to us. But can we just go play preseason games overseas? Can we stop playing regular season games overseas?
It's one of those things that I know they're trying to grow the game, but you're messing up the game. You're growing the game by taking them to these other places, but they'll be fine watching the games on TV. Or do it once, but to take them all out of their element and then, did they not check the field before? You should be checking the field should be perfect. The one thing, the stadium and all that other stuff, you scout it out and the lighting and the this, the that, whatever. But the field, the players are the asset in the game. You can't have now. That was a freak thing at the end, and that's a shame for you Packer fans, man. That's a bummer. But the field can't be bad.
No,
it was an ice skating rink. Nobody could get the spikes right. A ref got hurt. What was that?
I don't know. I get the NFL trying to grow the game, but the first game in South America did not go well. It wasn't a fun experience to watch it. I thought the broadcast was Mickey Mouse. I thought everything about it was just blah. There was nothing good. You're going to put it on Peacock? Okay, put it on Peacock, but don't make the viewing experience awful. I felt like I was watching a Mac football game. Sorry, Mac, but that's what I felt like I was watching. And I'm watching a regular season NFL primetime standalone game. It didn't feel like it.
There's some disconnect with the streaming and watching the game. The crowd doesn't feel like it's part of the game.
Amazon still can't get it right. 3 years later, Amazon still can't get it right.
I feel like I'm in the booth with them watching the game. I don't know why.
In a bubble.
When you watch the games Sunday night, I felt like I was in Ford Field every play. It was loud. It was great. It was this. It was that. When you watch the games on Sunday regularly, you feel like you're in the stadium. All of it is just, Fox and CBS do a tremendous job with the games. And then if you're
NBC does too.
Red Zone, NBC does as well. The Sunday night game. That's what I mean. But I don't know. It's just that there's a total disconnect. That was
but why wouldn't you, if you're NBC and you have Sunday night football, everyone was asking this on Twitter and I agree. You have the tech. I know it's an expense, but if you're going to put the game on Peacock, send the A team, send everybody, give me a Sunday night football broadcast on Friday night. Don't give me the B team. Don't give me the B graphics and the B presentation.
They threw it on the Friday before the regular season. Everyone else was wherever they needed to be for Sunday.
For Detroit, right. And the A team was in Detroit. The B team was in Brazil. And it looked like it.
When you split it up like that, you can't do that. You can't send the A team to Brazil and then have them show up Sunday bleary-eyed, multiple long trip travel and all
flights
that prep and stuff. Come on.
I agree. I don't know. It was a very strange situation Friday night. So it was a nice win for the Eagles. Packers, after what the Vikings did, D-Stout's in the chat saying the Vikings are going to win the division.
Whoa. Whoa. Pat does that thing like I don't want to overreact, but
right.
Hashtag I don't. That is an overreaction, D stuff. But I actually tweeted at him like, "Boy, the Bears and the Steelers Super Bowl is going to be great."
After watching Caleb play in the News of Love, Vikings have a shot at the division. I mean, it's a little bit nuts, but I don't know. Darnold looked good. Giants are a train wreck. So, I mean, I guess so, but the Vikings just took them apart. That was.
Yeah, the Giants look like they're ready for relegation.
To go do something else. Absolutely.
What else going on there?
All right, it's a Rithmm Monday, boys and girls. It's time to check in with our friend James Santore from Rithmm, as he joined us every Monday here on the program. James, how are you? Happy Monday. Welcome back to the show. What's up?
Well, we're 1-0. The Brazil game was weird as hell. I agree with that. One of the weirder football games I've ever watched in my life, probably. And this is from a football fan, but also as an Eagles fan. The fact that they had 2 turnovers and we're still winning 7-6 after 2 turnovers, I was like, what the hell's happening here?
Right.
Very strange. The whole thing was very strange.
Yeah, and the field clearly was not ready for play.
No.
The whole thing is just, you didn't feel like there was any emotion. And I don't even you can't blame the Brazilian fans. Like, they're getting something forced down their throat with no affiliation or anything. And it's just, again, you didn't hear anything about people going there and having a good time. You didn't hear anything besides this game kind of sucked.
Yeah. I mean, also because like I was watching the pregame show and they said that there's a feel of a Pro Bowl. This is a Pro Bowl type of feel where you're seeing Steelers jerseys and Patriots jerseys and all these. I was like, that's not good for the game day atmosphere, guys. Like, we don't want a Pro Bowl atmosphere at a regular season game. That's going to be plastic and boring. And it was plastic and it was boring. How did you feel about the way your offense performed?
How long you got? Look, I thought Brian Johnson made me want to not watch an Eagles game last year. I expected a difference. I expected like thoughtful play calls. And I still don't feel like I saw thoughtful play calls. I saw Devontae Smith and AJ Brown making something out of nothing, which was taking like a 5-yard hook and turning it into a 25-yard gain. Other than that, and Jalen did throw an absolute dime to Saquon. But besides that, man, some of those throws, I was just like, what are you doing, man? You can't do that. You can't throw a ball off your back leg into the middle of the end zone with triple coverage. Like, nobody can do that. Not even Tom Brady when he was at his peak.
Happy with Saquon, though?
How could he not be after that? My whole thing was just use him. Stop letting no more Jalen design runs. Give the ball to freaking Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
But tough weekend for the Giants. Yeah, it's a tough weekend for Giants fans to watch Saquon do that on Friday night and then turn around and watch the Giants get destroyed at home against the Vikings. It's a hard weekend. It was a hard weekend for them. What'd you make of the Packers? Without Love, how much trouble are they in?
Look, I really do like Jordan Love. I think Malik Willis is the guy right now, but I saw Ryan Tannehill may come in, which gives me big like Phillip Rivers, Joe Flacco, like coming in with with injuries, which maybe they'd be good. Like I don't think they'd. Again, Malik Willis is talented. I don't think he's an NFL starting quarterback, but maybe he can make some magic happen with Josh Jacobs back there. But I mean, it sucks because seeing what Jordan Love was able to do with Jaden Reed, making him look like the best wide receiver in NFL history, and same thing with Christian Watson. Like they have weapons, but without Love, it's gonna be tough to make those weapons at their maximum potential.
Sunday, I'm wearing the Dallas stuff. Don't take it as a personal affront, but it's disgusting.
Not looking at you.
I know, but they looked really good on Sunday because Cleveland looked like crap, though. But the division is it's between the Eagles and the Cowboys. It always has been and always will be right now, the way these other two teams are constructed. But you a little nervous about Dallas now? Like going, like you got to adjust the models and all this other stuff because Dak got his money, CD got his money, and I wore the Cowboys jersey down to Circa last night, and I really am not going to make that mistake ever again because I had complete strangers coming up saying, "Boy, did we look good, huh? How about them Cowboys, huh?" And I was like, Why am I wearing this?
Well, yesterday was the Cowboys Super Bowl, so congrats to Cowboys fans for winning the Super Bowl, which is just a week 1 win. Congrats. You beat Deshaun Watson, who I think we have the same arm strength at this point.
Wow. That boy
done.
can't. He done. He done.
He's done. All right, so let's talk about Rithmm, and because last year we did not have football in the app for you guys. So the player props, I was looking at this on Sunday. I was flipping around with it, kind of tracking what the models had projected and what was happening on the field. I got to say, it was pretty accurate. It was pretty cool to see those things come in for you guys. And looking at my own personal models that I created on Sunday versus the overall AI model. If someone's thinking about the $30 level subscription, what do they see? Are those player props available for everyone, or is that behind the paywall where you get the full breakdown of all the props that are being projected?
So as long as you have a subscription Rithmm, which is either the core or the premium, you get unlimited player props, right? So let's say for tonight's game, you want to go in and you're not sure who to bet on. You don't want to just go bet Aaron Rodgers. You can go see, like Braylon Allen's one of the top recommended player props. Maybe there's like half the people here don't even know who Braylon Allen is. But that probably means he's a solid backup running back. But like there's value on his, like he's a rookie. Like Vegas doesn't know how much usage he's going to get or the game flow, but Rithmm's found that for us, which is the under 16.5 for Braylon Allen rushing yards tonight. So if you have a Rithmm core subscription, you can go in, you can go look at basically a menu of all the player props, historical data. And it's a better way to really get away and make like either if it's like a better card or underdog card, or even just your traditional prop picks, it's a much better option.
What was the takeaway overall, just a general thing from either the models or your personal model or anything? Because, the totals ended up, for the week so far, they're like 8 and 7. More favorites won, but more dogs covered, like point spread wise. Anything come out of just a general overview before, the Monday night stuff?
Yeah, NFL, we're still kind of going through all the data, and we'll have everything fully after Monday night game. It's been a little bit all over the place again. Like who predicted the Bengals to lose to the Patriots, right? Like there's so many unknowns.
This guy, he said it 2 months ago.
For 4 months, as I said.
He hasn't stopped talking about it. He missed the beginning of the show. He's lighting a cigar talking about it.
Oh, wait.
We got another Boston guy on after you to talk about it. Like, we're going to talk about it. You haven't been, you were away all summer, whatever you were doing. He's been talking about it nonstop, James.
Well,
but what else? What else came up like in the model stuff?
Yeah, player props where we had a lot of success. Honestly, the Eagles-Packers game, of the 11 props that we recommended, 8 of them hit, which is awesome. So that's, again, a great start. But, from this weekend, too, I'm just going to read off a few of the other ones that hit that like Wandelay Robinson. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce his name, but
he is right. Yeah.
Yeah, we smacked that one. Ramondre Stevenson on the over on the rushing yards. That hit in the first quarter. Justin Herbert under 1.5 passing yard or touchdowns. Adam Thielen over receiving yards, which is crazy considering he had Bryce Young throwing to him and he hit that. Caleb Williams under. We hit on a lot of the player props. The biggest thing that happened this weekend was college football.
Yeah.
Our college football models went absolutely freaking crazy. So
I'll give you props on one of them because I had a friend of mine down south in Alabama say to me, that Cal is going to give Auburn a whole lot of trouble. And I was like, come on. And then I went and looked and you guys had it. You had Cal plus 13.5. That number dropped dramatically. It closed at 10.5 and Cal went in there and won the game outright. So you guys have had some good numbers, some big dogs coming in winning outright.
Cal, BYU was another big one. That was a plus 386 dog. And we had a ton of people, a lot of brigade members also tweeting at us that they had that, which makes me very happy to see.
Nice.
I gotta have a humble brag real quick. I talked last week about my model being 21-6.
Okay.
Guess what it's at right now?
What? 42-8 and 12?
35-7, baby.
Okay.
35-7. So if you can go
11-1.
And that's just totals, man. And that's something, again, the cool thing is my models are crushing right now. You can go follow mine and then be able to go and try to have that same success. Right. And
explain that a bit more, James, as to how that works. So if somebody has Rithmm, they download Rithmm right now, they go and find you on the leaderboard.
Yep.
Do they have to be a subscriber or can anybody do that?
Yep. So they have to be a subscriber, right? So you have the ability to create 3 separate models. So like the way I usually do that is, again, an AI model, which is pressing a button and Rithmm does it for you. There's no hard work at all. I like to personalize one just, again, see if my instincts matter. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Mm-hmm. And then the third one, I usually like to copy somebody else's, so I have another point of validation to see where I should go, feel confident in a betting decision. So that's where if you have a subscription and you want one of your models to be filled with something on the leaderboard, you can go do that. And all you have to do is on the leaderboard, you press copy, and then now you have ownership of that model, and you'll get the same predictions that I would. You'll be able to have those too, which helps you make quicker and better decisions.
Does that, as you adjust it, if you do that, does it adjust or does it stay the original model? So like if you follow you and then you tweak it, I get the tweaks as well.
So you not the tweaks, like you get the ability to choose what bets you want to take from that, right? So it's more of you have the same, like the way my model's set up. So all the factors, it'll be the same for you. And then you'll have the ability to get the same predictive outcomes and then choose which ones you want to take.
But if you change the predictive outcomes or, make the data points a little bit different, it changes it. If I'm following you, I just get the new adjusted stuff, right?
No, I would have to make a new model, which I don't think I'm gonna do this one. So it's not going to be updating like that. But again, you get the same output that I would be getting from my model as long as
you're following you, right? If you're following. So if I am thinking about downloading Rithmm and the 7-day trial, what do I get with the 7-day trial, and how do I go and get the 7-day trial?
You get everything that we have, which is, again, the ability to create personalized predictive models. You get player prop predictions, research. You get player adjustments on the premium model. You get, literally anything you can want to have for betting. We have it in the app. And again, for tonight's game, let's say you want to use Rithmm to see how you would do on Monday Night Football. Go to the App Store, start a free 7-day trial. Again, all you have to do is enter your information, verify your email, and then you'll start getting predictions for every single game and every single player. So
and they can trail you that way too.
Yep. And all you have to do is just go to the leaderboard once you sign up, and you'll see that's, again, college football for that model specifically. But again, there's plenty of other people that have had success with NFL this past weekend that you can go tailor models right now and get those same predictions.
Did you watch more college football this weekend than you normally do because you had the models?
I'm a big, and I think this is because I'm a millennial. I love being on the ESPN app and just having the scores up and like watching like that. And it's something that we'll have in the app soon is like live scores, which would be great. So I don't have to leave the app at all. But that's what I really do is I watch like the big games. Like we were watching the Alabama game and at a party, which was cool. Oh, real quick, go off track. I went to a backyard concert this weekend.
Okay.
That was cool. That's where I was watching the Alabama game. I'm sitting there. I'm like, I got Rithmm up. I'm like looking at my predictions, watching a concert on the rooftop of this house in the backyard in South Philly. And then I was watching the Bama game. So it was pretty cool little experience.
I will go on record as saying you were probably the only one there watching the Bama.
There was one other guy, and he was my friend that I brought with me. So
that's fine. Okay.
We both had USF covering, which they did, which was great. So
right.
JC from KC, is there a world where Rithmm will ever suggest a same game parlay?
We're toying with that, right? The thing we say about same game parlays is they are very, very disadvantageous for your bankroll. You're going to lose most of the time. Now, what I would say is,
when we sat with your CTO or a chief technology officer, he said over his dead body that you guys will ever design same game parlays. He said he will never do the math for that because he said the math will never work. And the math is a losing proposition. So according to the guy that runs your tech, I'm going to answer and say, no, you guys will never do same game parlays, which is music to my ears, Dave ears. We were like, thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Like what we'll do is people are going to do it regardless, right? Like we can't stop people from using Rithmm to go make a parlay, but what we'd recommend is using our player prop predictions or using our regular predictions for game picks and making the parlay with those. At least they're back on data. At least you have something where it's like, I've been guilty of this, like especially for basketball. I'll go watch a Sixers game and I'll go create a parlay of what I want to happen. I don't know if it's ever actually happened, but that's how I would go do it previous to Rithmm. But at least if you're going through tonight, you can make like somebody sent in a parlay on Twitter that was like Ramondre Stevenson, Wan'Dale Robinson, Justin Herbert, like all of the Rithmm prop predictions in a parlay. They hit that. Now, that's not the best use because there's a lot of risk involved, but it is a better way to do it than just doing it yourself.
All right, sir. Last one for me. The Eagles are 1-0. The Phillies are still playing baseball. Is anybody talking about the Phillies, James? Like, I mean, you're a baseball guy. And I mean, is it just done until the playoffs now, or what the hell's going on in Philadelphia?
Well, yesterday we had a guy who had his first career start and let up, I think it was 10 earned runs. So we're going to pretend like that didn't happen until something else happens this week that's probably good. And then Jalen Hurts, we have a Monday night game against the Falcons.
Right.
If he plays well, you're gonna hear Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. If he doesn't play well, you're gonna hear, is it Kenny Pickett time?
Oh, no.
And then it goes back to, then again, let's just go back to the Phillies. It's just who's gonna bother us or make us happy. It's an up and down every day.
Fair. Typical. Boston, similar. I can relate. Guys, if you're looking to take your betting up a notch this football season, you guys need to go download Rithmm right now in the App Store or the Google Play Store. Customized betting models just in seconds can be created using AI-powered and data backing. Scientists, MIT graduates get predictions for every game, player, prop, and become a better this football season with Rithmm. Predict, bet, and dominate, and get your 7-day trial, which is available right now on the App Store and available in the Google Play Store. James, good stuff. Keep yourself hot, my friend. Everyone's going to come and trail your model, man. That's a hell of a record right there coming in here with only 7 losses.
Yeah, look for Jimbo Slice on the leaderboard. That's me.
Jimbo slices you.
Jimbo Slice.
I should have asked. Okay, I didn't realize it was. I figured James Santore was gonna be. So Jimbo Slice is the way your model is.
We're having fun with this. And next week I'll be live from Boston. So I'll
where?
I'm going to be staying at some random Airbnb in Brighton. I don't even know where that is.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Brighton's right outside of Boston. Yeah, it's a direct suburb. So it's like
I'll be wearing Philly sports stuff regardless, though. Don't
careful.
Thank goodness.
Just be careful. James, good stuff, my friend. Thank you. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next week here on a Rithmm Monday here on Bostonian versus the Books. Good to get James here on the program. You guys go download your Rithmm app for a 7-day trial. It's an interesting app. It really is. It's something that it's a tool. I think you guys should go check it out and see if it works for you. Something you guys have ever thought about using from a gambling perspective. Every tool in the toolbox can help. Okay. It can't hurt. It only help and help you figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So go check it out with Rithmm. 7-day trials are available right now. All right. Back to the rundown. And we talked about the Cowboys a little bit, but I want to get back into Deshaun Watson a little bit. If you're the Browns, what do you do here? Because Dak is now the highest paid football player in history. Deshaun Watson had that title for like a day or two until all the contracts passed him by, but they are heavily invested in Deshaun Watson. And I bet against him solely because I think Deshaun Watson is washed. And that game pretty much confirmed it to me that I don't know what the Browns do, but they're in big trouble in my mind.
Big trouble. I don't know, because now you have Jameis as the backup, someone who has been there all summer, is indoctrinated into the system, and can physically perform the job. All the requirements of actually benching the starting quarterback. I don't know. They can't bench him yet, but like it's going to be quick. They go to Jacksonville this week. They're dogs again. I mean, they're dog. They were favorites against the Cowboys, and they never had a chance. Now, Dallas's defense played pretty well, but this is not a good spot. I mean, you can't. I don't think they're going to bench him right now.
I don't know if you can after week 1. Like, I think it puts the coaching staff on notice.
Yeah, this is bad for everybody.
Because if you go ahead and have this much salary cap money tied up with your quarterback and your quarterback can't perform, oftentimes it's the coaching staff that gets replaced, not the player, because you can't do much with the player. No one's going to take that contract. Nobody wants him. I don't think he wants to play football anymore. He got paid. Ooh. I don't think there were reports all in the Cleveland media about things he was saying to people about he just doesn't want to be there. And it looks that way. I mean, he doesn't like to get hit. He runs when he doesn't need to. He sees ghosts. Someone in the chat said that. I agree. I mean, the Cowboys had him thinking there were 15 guys on the field and he was going to get hit at every time he dropped back. He had happy feet and he was nervous and he was looking around and then he ran and he was running way too early. And you can make every excuse. Game 1, the offensive line was banged up. He still didn't get the reps he needed in preseason. All the different baloney things you want to say. He is the highest paid player on that team, and he was one of the worst, if not the worst player on the field for the Browns yesterday.
Who Joe Flacco played for last year?
The Browns, right? Yeah, the Browns. Right.
Guy they pulled off the street came in and
They
basically
did better. Right.
The locker room knows. Like I say, you
Right.
can't fool the kids, and the kids know. You can't fool the team. I don't know if the team believes that he's the starting quarterback.
Oh.
And if your guys that you're playing with aren't happy with you being the quarterback, it takes everything out. And so now, because the guy upstairs says this is my quarterback and I gave him all that money, he's playing quarterback, you figure it out. And now that's what you get. I mean, like I saw the Bomber yesterday. He's back in town for the weekend, Cleveland guy, Cleveland fan. And he was so pissed off in the afternoon when I saw him. He's like, they just, and he couldn't even talk. He was just like, they're terrible.
Right.
He's done. He's that. I don't think there's a quick fix for this.
No, that's what I mean. I think Kevin Stefanski and his entire staff is on notice because, again, I don't think you can move Deshaun Watson. You then bring somebody in who can coach Deshaun Watson up and make him better.
Give the boys and girls that are here, and if you are here, thank you for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Give them a quick poll to vote on who should start at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns this week. Deshaun Watson or Jameis Winston? Because I think there's going to be some serious talk amongst fans and people. You want to talk about a quarterback controversy, there's going to be all over the league and stuff. But, I mean, like Fields started and the Steelers won. Deshaun Watson started and they got smoked at home. So don't be surprised that this would be, who wins this poll?
I think Watson wins it for now, but I think people are because Winston still is Winston. So, I mean, it's game one. He didn't play much.
Love the Jameis, though.
They do. $76 million cap hit for Watson in 25 and 26. Can't move him.
What does that number say? 76
million.
CBW. Is that each year?
No, total combined.
Oh,
combined.
I almost fell out the chair.
Yeah, combined. But it's a lot of money. It's a big signing bonus.
And they ran Baker out.
And they ran Baker out. And look what Baker did with the Bucs. He looked tremendous yesterday. Bucs are the best team in that division.
He grew up.
Yep.
I mean, he grew up. Like they threw a lot at him, right, in Cleveland, and he was in the commercials and got a lot really fast and then got hurt. And they didn't say, you know what? He gets a pass. Like, let's fix him. He's still our guy. No, let's go get this other guy with all this thing. He grew up. WV punch drunk once. His Baker looked very adult. You're damn right he did. He did last year.
Yep. That's why they brought him back. That's why they said, okay, this is him and Mike Evans have a thing. I mean, that's a nice 1-2 punch that they've got for that offense.
They play for him, alongside with him. That is one of the major components about being a leader in life, let alone on a football field with a team. They got to believe in you as the quarterback.
That might be per year. That might be 73 million cap for 25 and 26. Because if they played with the salary cap, as to how much money they guaranteed, how much money they gave them as a signing bonus, that might be $73 million per.
I don't even know. This is why it's hard enough to keep track of the numbers like in the book. I never really, that's per year.
I mean, think about it.
Thank you, LL.
Well, think about it. The
he
Cowboys
ain't going to be there next year.
The Cowboys just gave Dak $60 million per for 4 years.
Right.
Salary, not salary cap hit, salary, $60 million a year.
Come on. What are you doing? It's missing guys by 10 yards.
Speaking of guys that missing guys, Caleb Williams won his first start, but that offense did not look good. That was look, the Titans stink. I'm telling you, no one wants to listen to this, but the Titans stink. I've seen this story before. Okay.
Sorry, TS Sports.
I've seen this story before. This is the Callahan MO.
That the Titans should have lost that game.
Nope. But Will Levis throwing balls left-handed and like going here, like giving the game away, and then a blocked punt for a touchdown. I mean, that was just a cacophony of errors.
Nice word
by the Titans.
I like that
to
word.
do that. Just an absolute and total throwing up all over themselves moment. The Titans are going to be bad. I bet under their win total. They're not going to be good. I don't know if the Bears are going to be any good either, though. I mean, Caleb, they didn't win that game because of the offense. The offense didn't do anything.
No. Won it with defense and
special teams.
At some point during a game, like when you're coaching and you have 17, there has to be a way. Like, we got to get 21. 21 is the number where you could change anything that you're doing. Like, we have to keep, like, we're down, we're up, whatever. You have to, as a team, go, we got to get 21 points. They got 17 quick and then couldn't do anything else. Oh man, I cannot believe that they did not win that football game.
Let's talk Dolphins, and then we'll get to Fitzy because he's here, and I don't want to spoil his lunch because I think he's on his lunch break, so I want to make sure that we can get him here. But what the hell is this?
What is that?
I mean, what is Tyreek Hill doing? He became part of the Scotty Scheffler lore of being arrested and detained. Not arrested, detained in public by police. One of the police officers who did this has already been placed on administrative leave for putting Tyreek Hill on the ground outside the stadium on the way to the game. And all Tyreek Hill did was turn around and go for 130 yards and an 80-yard touchdown reception in a last-second 20-17 win for the Miami Dolphins. That was a crazy Sunday morning.
That was a crazy Sunday morning. So I got up super early because I did the fan with Moose, who we'll have on, because I said we would talk about the Giants at least at some point on here. But I'm like, Moose, there's nothing really to talk about the Giants. It's going to be a rough one. Maybe we'll talk about the Jets. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
But I'm up, and I did that show, and then I did another show, and then I get the text that Tyreek Hill got arrested. I'm like, what? How did he get arrested going to the game? Then he's going to play. Detained as if he felt free to leave while an officer was on top of him while he was handcuffed.
I mean, he wasn't officially arrested. He was just detained outside the stadium.
Whatever it was, but it was crazy. And my first thought, being a book, I was like, what do you adjust the line to?
And it didn't move because I was doing the pregame show for Betting Pros, and I was saying, I go, wait a minute, this line hasn't moved.
Right.
So he's playing. So he's not like, I was like, how many points do you give Tyreek Hill? He's a half a point. It was 3.5. If Hill's not playing, I would think it would have been 3, not 3.5.
Somebody would have bet it to at least move it a half a point based on him knowing that he wasn't going to play.
Yeah.
So until that happened, the books were like, well, we don't know if he's playing either. We're going to wait and see if somebody bets us that he's not going to play. Then we'll move it. You don't move that on air at that point. But that's one of those weird situations. Like, I've heard a lot of things on Sunday morning, NFL. And I thought, I don't remember a guy getting pulled over and detained on the morning of a game. Like, I remember Eugene Robinson getting arrested before the night before the Super Bowl with the Falcons. You remember that?
I don't.
Yeah, he was soliciting something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was night before.
It was the night before.
Yeah, it wasn't I don't remember day of arrest though. You know what a day of arrest? Like, wait, what?
Well, you heard that in the middle of the night when it happened, but you didn't hear it till the morning, and it was like, whoa. Because I was trying to think, what does this story relate to? And
driving to the game, you get arrested, get pulled over, detained. 3 cops have you on the ground, face down. And the public is just like Snapchatting the whole time. Like, everyone's just filming. Like, oh, that's Tyreek Hill. Strange. Oh my gosh, that's his, Lamborghini, Ferrari, whatever the heck he was driving on the side of the road. And then Drew Rosenhaus shows up, and Drew Rosenhaus is like, that's Tyreek Hill. Leave him alone. What are you doing? He goes on ESPN. He goes to the NFL Network. He's like, this is all a big misunderstanding. Blah blah blah. This is Scotty Scheffler 2.0.
Right.
This is all over again.
That's what it felt like. Yeah.
I'm like, what are we doing?
I wonder if Fitzy's ever been like pulled over, detained like that. Probably.
I highly doubt Fitzy has been pulled over and detained.
He's a good driver. That. Is he a good driver? Do you think?
I actually never driven with Fitzy, but I don't know. All right, Are we eating a victory meal? What are we eating?
I gotta tell you honestly, guys, this humble pie tastes so good. Really, it's just,
Here we
so
go.
nice. And you know what makes it so nice, Dave, aside from hearing about your freaking LinkedIn page for 20 minutes while I'm in the back room here? Oh, I was on the fan with Moose.
I was doing the show.
You know what makes it so good?
Tell
It's
us,
the extra little bit of salt from the haters, those tears. Oh,
The crow.
I love it. It's like the French fries that you guys put on your sandwiches at Primanti Brothers, because here we go. Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. No, they're not.
They're 1-0 too. They're 1-0.
Yeah.
What jersey is that? That atrocity
Old school Drew
jersey.
Bledsoe.
Atrocity. Are
What
you
is
kidding me?
That Patriot guy is nothing like
I had
that.
to spray down my whole studio with a flame retardant before I made this damn appearance because this drip is so hot. I thought I was going to burn the place down. This is an OG Bledsoe
So
from
jersey.
1994 after they're originally you don't care. Anyway, it's an OG Bledsoe. It's not even an
Complete
Edelman.
with the busted spleen.
Exactly.
Bloodstain.
Yeah, you can actually smell right down there. That's actually where Mo Lewis hit him right there. Side note, do you think when they reveal the Brady statue later on this fall during this football season outside of Gillette, is there going to be like a Mo Lewis reflection pool or something we can visit? I mean, the man was just as instrumental in the beginning of the dynasty as any other figure. It's the only Jets jersey that I own. I wear it loud and proud.
Before we get to Sunday, or the Patriots winning a game, I can't believe it.
How? Are you kidding me?
We know how. We know how.
Kids,
You
hold
said
on. Kids, we'll book our tickets to Wally World later on because Daddy was smart enough to take the Pats money line in the under, MFers.
How do you think Brady did on the broadcast?
Oh man. Actually, you guys were just talking about Drew Rosenhaus. Next question. Listen, hey, some people just like 4 fried chickens and a Coke. That's it. Like they want a very nice, plain, simple meal. He was okay. Like from what I heard, I was doing the post-game show, losing my mind and trolling the audience at large in Boston for not believing that the Patriots would find a way to punch through the earth and drag the Bengals down to their own private gridiron hell, which is exactly what they did. It was an Evil Dead movie yesterday on the field at Paycor Stadium. But the clips that I heard, I got to be honest, 2 things. One, I want on-field Tom Brady, the one that would tell people I'm the baddest MFer on the planet. Right. The one that would get in people's grill, whether it was Anthony Johnson or Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. I want someone that's going to go grill to grill, throw to throw, toe to toe, and challenge people. I want that kind of intensity mixed with his unbelievable Rain Man-like knowledge and devotion to stats and the game of football. And it's going to take time for that to come out. But this is point 2. If he's going to be involved in this foolish piece of ownership of the Raiders, then he's going to be completely compromised. And so he can't enter facilities. Now he can't be hypercritical of the refs. It feels like, you know what he's doing? He's doing the analyst equivalent of when a kid in Little League can't throw a strike, so they start aiming the ball. And it's just like he's not pitching. He's not pitching. He's throwing right now. And that's kind of what it feels like. And hence why it comes across as like very, very meh. It was not in any way, shape, or form dynamic. Whereas like Romo, when he burst onto the scene as, just a blabbering football predictive text, it was just like, oh my God, you're calling every play before. It's like he got a copy of the script. That was interesting. At least that gave us something to talk about. All I could tell people were talking about yesterday, boys, was that Brady was a waste of $37.5 million.
It's not wrong though. I mean, if he's going to go and become an owner, and I think you have to pick a lane because the other owners know he's going to have privileged information that he could bring up and be like, well, that in the comp committee, they're thinking about actually outlawing that because of this rule. Like the owner's going to be like, hey man, we didn't want that to be said publicly. No one knows that. Like you're privy to information that nobody else is. So we're going to muzzle you and make sure you can't say anything that might be considered to be inappropriate or not what we want out in the public space. Right. I think you're right. I think he's going to pick. Do you want to be with the ownership group of the Raiders,
Exactly.
or do you want to be a broadcaster? One of the two, because this, I listened to it and I felt like he kept on. I don't know if it's true or not that him, and I'm forgetting Kevin's last name that he broadcast in the game.
Burkhardt used to work for SNY and do the Mets games. It's a little
Him
New
and
York
Kevin
mention for you
Burkhardt,
there.
supposedly they called an entire football season together, that Brady wanted to be really well versed with a chemistry angle. There was dead air like a college broadcast during that. Like it was like a 3 count before Tom would talk, because Burkhardt would go 2nd and 7, long pass, incompletion.
2, 3.
And you'd wait for
and then
like,
the
hey,
super intelligent, the artificially intelligent, cosmetically enhanced robot was like, yes, Kevin, that was an incomplete pass. I didn't throw many of those in my day. Ha ha ha.
Hey, Tom,
move to next line.
Right, exactly. Like, do you think it didn't make any sense?
I saw a highlight this morning. I was checked. There was something. I think Cleveland, or rather Dallas, picked off Deshaun Watson, which apparently is not very difficult to do. God, what was a bigger waste of money, like the Deshaun Watson contract or the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie? Because each are $230 million disasters. What an absolute turd in the punch bowl. But anyway, so Dallas picks off Deshaun Watson, and Burkhardt's like, and there's another interception for Dallas.
It didn't work.
Yeah, you really can't make that throw in that situation. Like, Tom, come on.
It just didn't work. It was like, Tom, talk. Hey, come on, talk.
Was he nervous, boys? Like, because that
muzzled.
was corporate Tom.
He was muzzled.
He did.
Okay. Oh,
he's
Tom
muzzled.
He was nervous. He was the same Tom Brady you see during the Tostitos commercials. Like, it's just not Tom. It's plastic, scripted, told what to say, and maybe that will change. Maybe he'll become more comfortable. But I give it a C-. Like, for how much money they're paying him.
Right? Where was the same Tom Brady that let his wife get ex-wife get absolutely filleted for cheating on him with Karate Champ at the roast? Where was the same Tom Brady? Roast Brady was good. Scripted or not, or controlled. And I'm very curious who's giving him all of this advice now, even if he did do an entire fake season with Burkhardt. Where's the Tom Brady who spoke with all of that passion on Tom Brady retirement night back in June, when he was up there just talking about how much he loved his teammates? Football is hard. That's why it's so great. And he's like, I am Tom Brady and I am a Patriot. And every CVS in New England was like, well, we're not going to have to prescribe Viagra for the next 5 years because every guy's going to be walking 6 to midnight.
All right, let's get to the game, because it was vintage Belichick. Like, I said to Dave, I said, the last time I felt this type of smugness as a Patriot fan was when the Patriots went into Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship game, and everyone said the Patriots, nice little, cute little run. You're not going to beat the Steelers. Dave mentioned it. Same line, 8.5-point line in that game. Patriots beat the Steelers. They go on to win the Super Bowl and beat the Rams. Another game that everybody thought they could never win because they were double-digit favorites in that game. I felt the same way. I'm like, man, this feels like 20 years ago when no one thought they were capable of doing it, and they forgot that football is a game at the line of scrimmage. And the Patriots beat the shit out of the Bengals yesterday. That was awesome.
They did. You know what that was? That was since everything has got to be, a food, booze, or movie reference for me. That was sort of like if a lot of times Belichick would talk about showing the team a movie the night before. He'd give a big speech and then maybe show them a movie or something, maybe to relax or to inspire them. It's almost like Gerard Mayo showed the Patriots the 20-minute fight sequence between Roddy Piper and Keith David, the greatest fight in movie history from They Live. Do you remember that one? It just kept going on. It was two people kicking the holy shit out of each other for 20 minutes. And it was like the puppet vomit scene in Team America. Like, it just kept going on. And you're like, is this going to end anytime soon? These guys are absolutely just mauling each other. And that's how the Patriots played yesterday. They played with a level of violence. It's like Jabril Peppers, who I read post-game, hurt so badly. He couldn't walk. His hip was killing him so bad. He could barely walk. There was no pool at the Patriots team hotel, so he went to a Holiday Inn across town in Cincinnati he could do aqua therapy and work out and get ready for the game to see if he could play. And then they go and play with that Peppers-like level of violence at every single level yesterday. Kyle Duggar gets beat by Gesicki, but then still interferes with the ball, and Gesicki does Gesicki things and drops the ball. And then on the next play, the backup tight end Hudson decides that he's gonna like hold it like the Olympic torch, and he's crossing the finish line, and Duggar comes back and punches it out again. I can only imagine the size of the hate shit that Belichick was forming at the time he saw that. Just like he always preached, never reach the ball, never go pylon, and never extend the ball over the goal line. But like every single time, what is the most Patriots thing about yesterday's game? Joe Cardona, the long snapper, the most unnecessary position in all 4 professional North American sports, hauls ass downfield like a true midshipman and forces a fumble in punt coverage. I mean, if that doesn't tell you what Mayo has preached all offseason, how hard they've worked and how difficult it's going to be for 16 more teams to try to knock this team out this year, man, Matt, they may be the 5-12 team that fills us with more pride than any other team. Like, who's the boxer, Dave? Who's it like? Who like in the they're going to be the Thomas Hitman Hearns. Lost more fights than you'd be, right? But like, holy smoke, they're just going to go down swinging every single time.
The chat wants to know if you have Patriots Zubas. Do you have the Z?
Do I have Patriots the Zubas?
Do you have them on?
Yes.
Like
no,
no.
I have my Pats panties on. And if you go to my onlypatsfans.com right now, you know what? I'll give you a free 30 days behind the paywall.
Please tell me that Take Them to the Hill is going to be the new Patriots thing. Please
what
tell
the
me.
hell? Boom.
Please tell me that
Down, boy, down.
That is going to be. Like, I need a damn T-shirt for that. Tomorrow.
Take them to the hill.
Take them to the hill.
That is like last year. The catchphrase of the Patriots was Jabril Peppers, the aforementioned favorite Patriot, who wakes up every morning, looks at the sun, pours a bowl of violence, eats it with blood, and then just draws it from his opponents. Last year, the catchphrase of these Patriots was, "You lucky we ass." Do you remember when he walked off the field against the Giants and said that to Saquon Barkley? Now it's going to be "Take him to the hill." Like the fact,
which is in reference to what the workouts that Mayo made the team do during training camp. There was a gigantic hill, and every time they did something wrong, they would go to the hill, and the coach would say, "Take him to the hill, take him to the hill." So as the game was going, the players were saying to each other in the huddle, "Take him to the hill, take him to the hill,"
because they're in better shape. They were better prepared. That's one of the other many reasons why I was all over Pats and under yesterday as well. Sorry if everyone else didn't get in on that action. You and I, Peralt, we are just lining them up, just making it rain today. No one else, you know what, Dave? No one else wanted to hear it. They didn't want to hear it. And that's okay. But I do want to draw back one thing. That's definitely something that Mayo gleaned from Belichick. And it's funny, too, because it came I know he had him doing it for decades. But I remember in the aftermath of Super Bowl 51, Martellus Bennett was asked, why were you guys so prepared to go so long and still have energy in the comeback against the Atlanta Falcons, the greatest comeback of all time, when you ran twice as many plays as them? And he said, it's freezing ass cold outside, and it's like 10 days till the Super Bowl, and MF and Belichick has us out there running hills. And at the time I was thinking, wait, I'm supposed to be getting ready for the Super Bowl. I'm giving out tickets to the family, doing interviews, having fun. Now I understand why he's working us so hard. We were prepared and they weren't. And that played out on the field. Yeah, Cincinnati didn't want that smoke yesterday. No. Like, Joe Burrow is the John Wick of the NFL. He approaches every game like someone has killed his dog, and he's going to make everybody pay for it. And yet somehow yesterday, he looked like he didn't want any of that fight and was stunned at how poorly they were playing. Whereas like the Patriots and my other new favorite Patriot, I know you're ready for the trench talk here, Dave. Layden Robinson, this kid that they took from Texas A&M at the top of the 4th round. People on the team have said there's strong, and then there's Layden Robinson strong. Might be the strongest person that's ever played for the Patriots.
Wow.
And you saw it, like they were open and hold. You're gonna see a lot of student body right the rest of the year, just going behind Andrews, Robinson, and Mike Onwenu. That's 1,075 pounds of anger.
All of that said, Fitzy.
Yes, sir.
They're 3.5 home point dogs to the Seattle Seahawks this week.
They should be.
They should be.
Why? They shot you two. Make me want to change the line to them -3. What the hell's going on?
The Patriots are going to be a team that are going to fight hard and lose most games. That's just that's who they're going to be.
Yeah.
And the question will be, can Gerard Mayo basically squeeze enough talent out of this team to win 5 or 6 games? And when do you give the reins to May? Because Brissett's not going to hurt you. Like I said, go all summer. Brissett doesn't hurt you. He just plays the game. Now, is that good enough to be a playoff team? Hell no. Can you win 5, 6 games? Yes. When do you give it over to May? I hope it's not the whole year. I hope that Brissett doesn't get hurt and May plays next year. Let him sit. Belichick has been like on the record like 15 times now saying like May is good. He's going to be fine. He's not ready. No ways he should be playing football.
Agree with that, Fitzy?
Yeah, you guys were outlining earlier, and I've heard a ton of talk on everything from the touchdown channel to Hello, It's Football on ESPN, whatever else. Everyone's been talking about like, woo, did you see the numbers from all the rookie quarterbacks yesterday? Like 3-yard depth of target. Caleb Williams with less than 100 yards passing. Jaden Daniels only 2 rushing touchdowns. One reception for Terry McLaurin. All these, like a lot of these guys just did not look ready for prime time. And I would love to see Drake May. He's going to put asses in the seats. He's going to be way more exciting to watch. There's definitely going to be a much higher ceiling. Like honestly, like the ceiling with Jacoby Brissett is reasonably, it's like a very small, it's more like a dumbwaiter than it is a real elevator. But like, when May comes in, there'll be a higher ceiling, but there's also going to be a lower floor.
Yeah.
And if you can get this team to respond to the coaching and play for their coaches, their coordinators, and each other the way that they did in that violent, motivated capacity yesterday, then ride out Brissett until literally the wheels fall, like the second family, the National Lampoon's Vacation reference, until the wheels fall off the family truckster. Like, and it's going to happen because he's going to take some shots along the way. He's definitely going to get popped.
Yesterday. Yeah, he got hit yesterday pretty good.
Right. I mean, the left tackle situation with the Patriots is a nightmare. And by the way, thanks for the poison pill that was Chuck Okorafor coming from the Steelers. No wonder why you guys put him out front with a piece of printer paper and a purple Sharpie that said free with like 7 E's on it.
So what is the level on the ground in New England? Because the Red Sox just lost to the White Sox yesterday, something that you cannot be losing to the White Sox. They lost to the White Sox yesterday, 7-2, got killed. It was really bad.
The Red Sox went 4-3 this season against the worst team in the history of baseball.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the Sox are going to be lucky to cover their over 77.
So if I lose my one game, if I lose my over bet on the Red Sox team total, season win total, I'm going to be furious because it's the White Sox who did it, which is absolutely mind-boggling. Is anyone talking about the Red Sox, or is this like all again Patriots Monday? Is that back? Is the region all back with football?
Gone. The goal of the Red Sox, mission critical for the Red Sox this year, was just make it to the end of summer, make it to Labor Day with relevance, so we could talk about you and avoid the Patriots conversation. And initially, the joke around town was, okay, for the Patriots, their task is make it till the middle of October until Celtics season tips off. And then the Celtics will take over. Nope. You know what? Honestly, boys, at this point now, I think people are so impressed. Now, they know not to put the cat before the horse on this one. No one's buying their frigging tickets in New Orleans unless they actually want to go see Kendrick Lamar do the halftime show. No one's making late January and early February plans. No. No one's foolish enough. It's not sustainable. You can't run Ramondre 25 times a game. He can't it's not going to 118 of his 120 yards were after initial contact. I mean, that's like getting in the amusement park at 10:01 a.m. and staying in the bumper cars until 8 p.m. Like, it's like, you'll think it was a good idea, but by 2:30, 3 o'clock, you're going to have to you're going to bag out, or you're going to throw up all over the floor. So they're going to need to come up with something new. And some weeks, maybe they'll chuck it and they'll throw it a little bit more. But right now, people are fascinated by this team because they showed what we begged, Matt, for them to show, which was just some resolve and some fight and some attitude. Like, there's heart in this team. You know, some people may be like, did Peralt really just compare these Patriots to the 2001 Patriots? He did. Right.
But in full reference, I'm mentioning it, meaning the entire world said the Patriots couldn't do something. It's been a long time since everyone had the group think of people put $1,000 down on the Bengals in the Survivor contest here in Vegas for the Bengals to win. They put $1,000 down. They lost $4.8 million came out of that contest based upon the number of people who decided to take the Bengals. 35% of a contest with 14,200 entries took the Bengals.
Gee whiz, really? And we wonder why, like, the Aria Hotel can afford to, like, pump in oxygen and the smell of fresh baked cookies all the time. So people are borderline high when they're pissing away money at the tables. No kidding. How did people not see that this was too every year? On Overreaction Monday, there's always one win where it's like, how the F who saw this coming? And one team that pushes everybody else out of the survivor pool. And this year, maybe some of it was Atlanta too, going back to your Steelers. Because I thought that was an easy three-point home favorite. Like, I thought they would have won by 7-10, but
Falcons are going to be way overrated, Fitzy.
They're
already calling for Penix to play, which I knew they were going to because Kirk Cousins is kind of boring.
He's not washed yet. Look, everything. Cincinnati played their 4th preseason game yesterday. Kirk Cousins played his 1st preseason game yesterday. Everybody, like, Overreaction Monday needs to come with some breaks for everyone to pump, because this is basically an extension of preseason right now. So we'll get an idea for who these teams really are end of the month, early October. But as far as next week goes, I think the Seahawks are going to win. But by a field goal. So I'm going to put money. If it stays, if I can get it at 3.5,
fair.
I'd jump all over that.
Mr. Get out of the Patriot lens for a second. And you've always been looking at the AFC East from the top down. Now you're looking at it from the bottom up.
Oh yeah.
But what did you see?
Everybody needs to start manscaping. This view sucks.
Right? Yeah. Buffalo, Miami both win. The Jets play tonight.
Yeah.
What's going on in your opinion of the division?
I mean, the Patriots will probably finish last in the division. It doesn't take a genius to predict that. I don't think I'm going out on anything resembling a limb when I say the Pats will be the basement or the cellar of the division. It's just going to be, that's the cellar where a psycho killer with a chainsaw lives, as opposed to, the bones of a double dynastic run from years ago. Like, enter at your own risk. You may escape. You're never going to be the same person when you go down there. It's going to be the Blair Witch basement. One of you is going to get left in the corner facing the wall with some shit to tell. Are the Jets
going to win it?
I think the Jets are the most talented team. I do. It's just a matter of how long Rodgers plays, and if he gels with this offense. Don't forget, we had, and I was very pleased to see this yesterday. I'll pass it up and then I'll tie it to the Jets. Devin McCourty was on our podcast a few weeks ago, and he said, hey, for some of these guys like Christian Gonzalez, who played really well yesterday against Jamar Chase, but I think a lot of that is also on the fact that Chase was tired. He had food poisoning. He's not emotionally committed till he gets that check. But, Gonzo is playing. That was his 4th NFL game, basically, because he hurt himself in the first quarter last year in Game 4 against Dallas. For Aaron Rodgers, this is his first year with the Jets. He played 4 freaking snaps. There were 5 snaps, 4 on the field, and 1 is right. I apologize for that. So now, he's developing all new chemistry with, he's got a whole team to work through. I'll tell you what's gonna help the Jets win the division. Josh Allen's awesome. Miami has its flaws, but they're super fun until November and December when the real football counts, and they're a terrible cold weather team. What they have going for them, I think the best running back in football. I would just steer into and lean on Breece Hall. Yep. I drafted him and grabbed him everywhere I possibly could.
Tonight. He's scoring tonight.
Yeah. He's good for 1,800 all-purpose yards, probably 15, 16 touchdowns. The Jets go maybe not as far as Admiral Ayahuasca in the darkness retreat goes. I think they go as far as Breece Hall can carry them this season.
All right. We'll end it with this. I heard this, and you are on the ground, so tell me if it's true or not. Is there a brewing thing between Belichick and Gerard Mayo? Because they asked him on EEI this morning, has Coach Belichick reached out? And he said, I don't want to get into it. He kind of brushed it apart. Is there anything there, or is that just Mayo not wanting to talk about the guy who he replaced?
Do you mean, did I sit through, before jumping on with you, jolly gentlemen, did I sit through 40 freaking minutes of Bill Belichick on the Pat McAfee show? Downtown football, da. Did I sit through 40 minutes of just watching gray matter ooze out my ear, only to not hear a single freaking question from anybody, including my guy, Boston Connor, who's a diehard Pats fan?
Yeah.
No one asked him, Hey, coach, did you call your former player who took over? Hey, coach, what'd you think of the effort out there? Or even just like, feed his ego as the genius Super Bowl winning narcissist that Belichick is. Like, just feed his ego and be like, hey, a lot of those guys that you drafted, they look pretty good out there. A lot of those free agents you signed, Bill, they look pretty good out there yesterday. You must have been proud of the way some of your guys played. Nothing, which means there must be an embargo on it from Belichick that he doesn't want to talk about it or be directly asked as it pertains to their success.
Wow.
And I think Mayo is legitimate because I heard from a couple of guys that I trust on the beat, like veritable, really good guys, Globe, Herald stuff, that last year there was simmering tension between Camp Belichick and Camp Mayo as early as October because the vibes were out that the Crafts were enamored of Vrabel, but it was still likely going to be Mayo if and when they moved on from Belichick in 2 years, let alone at the end of last year. And obviously things got so bad they had to. So I do legitimately believe that sadly there is tension I won't say no love lost, but there is tension and an awkwardness now between the mentor and the protege.
It's weird too, because there was a Brady Belichick issue, and then that seemingly thawed out for all the things that were going on, all the kissing and the hugging, and Belichick.
Now they're insta-facing with each other. Like, come on.
They're going back and forth on social media.
Just get a virtual room in the metaverse already, you two. Jesus.
Fitzy, you're the best. Love you, man. We'll talk soon.
I look forward to these more than anything else in the world. You guys keep up the great work, all right?
You're the best, my friend.
See you at the AFC Championship. All right, yeah, here we go. Go Stillers.
See you, Celtics.
GFY.
Yeah.
On the way out, he drops the
dang.
He gives us the finger. I don't know, Will. I don't know if you can do with that, Will. If you can pixelate that out or not. I don't know how much trouble we'll get in for you to go ahead and do that. But hold on. There we go. We're gonna fix that on that. Good stuff with Fitzy. It's always great to catch up.
The Patriot hat now.
Yeah,
I wore that just for Fitzy.
You can be done with that. We'll talk one more NFL game and then we'll get to some college before we let go of everybody here. TJ Watt was unbelievable yesterday. I mean, he's the best player.
God.
He's the best defensive player in football. I don't think there's really a question.
Just stay healthy, man.
He destroyed the Falcons almost single-handedly. I don't care what the stats say. Like when coaches say, like, I was watching the film and this guy just popped off the screen. And this is the highest level of football. And TJ Watt was like, he's at a different level than everybody else. Like, he's playing a different game than everybody else is.
Was like when we talked about on Friday how the guard was moving like early and there was no penalty called. There were so many times I was like, was he offsides? Because he's back there so fast and messing things up every play, even if he don't get the sack.
Yeah.
Even if he's making an impact every play that he's out there. And it makes everybody on that field better. I don't know. You just got to stay healthy because they are actually top 5 defense in the league
for sure
with him in there. And the drop off is so much. It's so hard to quantify.
That's why I said the Patriots. If you play defense in today's NFL, you're in every game because offenses don't see smash mouth defense as much anymore. The league just is different. It's all about offense. It's all about skill players and speed. If you have a player like that I don't care how many people you put in front of me, 1, 2, 3, give me a left tackle with a running back to chip or a tight end and a left tackle and a running back to chip. I don't care. I'm going around or through you to get to your quarterback, and I'm going to blow the play up.
Yeah.
Like, teams don't know how to deal with that because they don't see it all that often anymore. I mean, he's going to have 100 sacks faster than his brother. Like, you think he's 2 sacks shy of 100 in his career? Faster than what JJ did.
I don't know. Like, again, I grew up on the defense. Like that the football is about defense. It's always been for me. It always has been and always will be. But to have it come back like this with him, I just want him to come close to matching it on the other side of the ball. Like it's closer to being done with him on defense than it is gonna last. Like
how much was the inaccuracy by Justin Fields just rust or inexperience, or what was that? Because he had a couple of throws in that game that I was like, where was he throwing that football? It was like,
that's fine.
Wait, bigness.
I was excited that he really I felt like he took care of the football.
Yeah.
You want to talk about like,
well, he's a
Joey
weapon,
Brissett took care of
throwing,
the football.
running the ball.
100%. There's
weapon.
no quarterback controversy. They won. He's the quarterback.
Really?
If he ain't the quarterback when they go to play to Denver, are you serious? They're going to come. Russ is going to be the quarter. They play in Denver this week.
Rainmakers. Rain, are you from Boston? Because I think you're from Boston because your team won and you're still mad.
It's fine. The offense is Rain says he's not good. That offense blows. You're right, Lou, but I can't even think about it. He's going to say on Tuesday, the standard is the standard and Russ is the starter this week. Come on. You think
no.
Put a new poll up right now.
Okay.
We got the first one done.
It's Winston by a nose.
Right. Winston, 58% to Watson, 42%. Who's starting for the Steelers in Denver on Sunday? Is it Fields or is it Wilson? Russell Wilson. I don't think there's a question. You think there's a chance?
Yeah, I do. I think there's a chance. Yeah. I think they brought, see, there you go. Chad the dad
says
Russ.
You serious right now?
I think there's a chance. I would play Fields. I'd play Fields, but I think the team brought in Wilson. And if you don't start Wilson, you've got a big problem in your locker room. He's going to be a big malcontent. So I don't know. All right. On to college football we go. New SEC poll or AP poll. Sorry, you should call it the SEC poll because 6 of the top 7 spots are occupied by the SEC. No conference in the history of this poll, 88 years, no conference has ever occupied 5 of the top 7, let alone 6 of the top 7 spots in the AP poll. This is the latest AP poll with Georgia, Texas. There's your Big Ten representative. Alabama, Ole Miss, Missouri at 6, Tennessee at 7, and your Penn State Nittany Lions come in at number 8.
You know what I say about these polls? I mean, completely useless. But it's an SEC party.
Right now it is. The playoff could be 5-6 teams from the SEC at this rate.
It always is. I mean, the beneficiary of Notre Dame losing to Northern Illinois was the SEC, and just to put another couple teams in there. And Oregon didn't look great.
Nope.
Right? Barely beat Boise late. So they got a drop. So who do you put in?
Yeah. How about Northern Iowa though? These kids went to Notre Dame and took pictures like it was a bowl game. Like, look at this.
That was awesome.
They took pictures like it was a bowl game. Like, they got $1.4 million.
Yes.
To go play at Notre Dame. And it became the first time they defeated a top 10 team in their football history for Northern Illinois.
College football is the best. It is so good when something like that can happen. And I mean, you being excited about the Patriots is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a nice win, but it was week 1. That Northern Illinois thing was forever. That's forever. The coach crying right after the game, the post game went viral with, the clip. It was awesome. It was really cool.
He just said, BU. Just said BU. I told you we didn't need to be lucky. I told you we didn't need luck.
Yeah.
Let's go BU. Thomas Hammock has got Northern Illinois ranked for the first time. A non-Power 5 conference team is ranked this season, and it's Northern Illinois, ranked 25th. Like, if you had that on your bingo card, hello, that is unbelievable.
I want to see them win a bunch of games now in a row. Like, I want to see them stay there. Big weekend for the MAC. It was a big weekend for the MAC. I just saw JJ, our friend James Jernigan, just popped in the chat.
Good morning,
said to
JJ.
say hello. His team's Carolina, so he didn't have a good weekend. He did not.
Sounds like Colorado. They got wrecked.
Whoa!
Wrecked at Nebraska. Pushed around, smacked around. They couldn't do anything against the Huskers defense, or they really couldn't stop the Husker offense. I felt like Matt Rule took the foot off the gas in the second half. Just get the win. Let's get out of here. There's no need to get anybody hurt. No need to do anything. But Nebraska looked very impressive.
Yeah, they did.
First time they're ranked since 2019. This is Nebraska from 1981 to 2002. Nebraska was ranked consecutively for 348 weeks. That's the record for the most ranked weeks consecutively in college football history. And this is the first time they've been ranked since 2019.
Callahan was good on Friday. We were good on Friday. We talked about this game. This was one of my favorite plays of the week. It did not disappoint. I don't know what it means going forward for them.
Well, what does it mean if they're bad? What if Colorado's bad?
Well, I was talking. I don't know what it means for Nebraska being good.
Oh,
Colorado is bad.
Well, if they're bad again, I mean, they went 1-8 in the Pac-12 last year. So now you're in the Big 12. And the whole prime thing, there's a report that CBW just tagged us on that in the first game of the year, that Dion told the Colorado band, don't play the fight song after our first touchdown. We're going to play my son's new rap song instead.
Oh.
Like, this is the problem here.
Oh.
That Dion is all marketing. And what everyone said about him, saying he's not a football coach, he's a recruiter and a marketer. When this guy has to actually coach football, it's going to be problematic. And right now, it's problematic. There's a lot of people who are very concerned about what Dion's future could be because he got all the hype up, right? He talked all that, raised the bar, got all those kids excited, and they can't coach offensive or defensive line. They're getting killed at the point of attack.
Yeah. And his kid's the quarterback. Like, running for, that expression, running for his life. A lot of plays, he's running. He's getting hit a lot. Colorado is bad. You're right, Whitrock. They are bad. I don't know.
Look, great for Colorado to get their visibility up and get people talking about them again. But man alive, if they go over in the Big 12, which I look at their schedule and I'm like, who are they going to beat? I don't know who they're going to beat. I mean, Travis Hunter is the best player in college football. Yes.
He is fantastic.
But after that, I mean, he plays every snap. He's incredible. But it's just.
Do they have a bye this week or do they play this week?
I think they play Colorado State, don't they? It's week 3. They normally play the Rams in week 3, right? This is a huge rivalry. This is a huge rivalry game.
I know there's weird rivalry games this week. Like Washington State are playing this week.
Oregon State.
Oregon State are playing this week.
Colorado State. Yep.
Because they are playing.
Yeah. And they're got to be, are they dogs?
Colorado State. No, Colorado's 7.5-point favorite.
Ooh, give me the dog. Give me the points.
At Colorado State.
Give me the points. Give me the dog. Oh, give me the dog. Speaking of that, Iowa State scores 20 points in the second half in the Cyhawk game. They beat Iowa 20-19 on a last-second field goal. The Cyclones are now ranked. They're ranked 21st, 2-0 on the year. What the hell happened to Iowa?
I don't know. We were watching the game. Felt like Iowa couldn't put them away, didn't put them away, let them hang around. And then Iowa State wins.
13-0 at half. All Iowa. Iowa State couldn't do anything. And then the interception that happened to start the third quarter changed the whole game. Just whoop. And you just saw it in Iowa's eyes went real wide. And they went, oh, no, what are we going to do? We can't stop. We can't score. We got problems. I mean, the touchdown in the end zone that could have been a pick turned into a touchdown for Iowa State. Every break went their way. Big brother owned little brother. Not in the second half. It didn't. Little brother got their revenge. They got their revenge. And that's going to sting for Iowa. That's a game they should have won.
We had Brommelkamp on also on Friday, talk about this game. And again, Friday's show was electric. If you guys missed it, go back and watch it. You can watch it on the YouTube channel at Symbol Boston versus the book. We did a well check on him. I just sent him a text, and he was like, I can't believe they lost this game. And
I was 2-0 to the over for the first time like in 20 years.
Right. Right.
What's going on?
Yeah. It's getting to the point now where you'll see the adjustment in the book. Like it won't be, they won't have that super low
34 anymore. Yeah, it'll be 38, 39 probably.
It can't be that low because this capability.
Ruined my whole Saturday. Iowa, you ruined my whole Saturday. My whole card. I lost 3 bets on that. Everything was wrapped up. All I needed was to win the game. Just win the damn game.
Yeah.
Made it a flat day. Could have been nice, winning, profitable, a couple of 4 or 5 unit day, and now I destroyed everything. What?
Joel Onler just came in and said, Kate is trash. 7 to 8 wins, maybe a stretch. Whoa.
I mean, Cade McNamara did not play well. I'll give you that.
They were talking about the playoff before that game.
I didn't say that. Wrong. LL, that's not me. I took Iowa minus 2.5. I took Iowa money line. I took Iowa in a parlay. Wrong. Right. Different person. I was dead wrong. I did not say Iowa State to win that game. I thought Iowa would win that game. Iowa. I thought Iowa State in the first half, the game went exactly how I thought it was going to go. And then the second half happened, and I went, oh no, good. The sandcastle is completely destroying.
Gone, bye-bye.
Gone. See you later. Wipe it clean. See you later. It's all gone with that. Rivalry games are rivalry games. Speaking of destroying, Texas went to Michigan and knocked their block off. Michigan was overmatched in every facet of that game. Bad news for the Big Ten with Michigan, in my opinion.
Well, good news for the Big Ten, not Michigan fans. Yeah. And we got some, big Michigan followers, contingent, brigade guys, recruits, new guys, all this other stuff. Slow your roll on the Wolverines. Big change there of personnel, coaching staff, obviously. Who's got it better than us? Everybody. Okay. Let's just keep that real. All right. I'm not saying, I'm just saying,
right.
I'm okay now with Penn State being the second best team or the third best team in the Big Ten and getting in the playoff now. I feel better about it. Not worried about Michigan.
See, Iowa's out. Michigan's out.
Things are happening. Penn State. Did anybody pick Iowa in the Big Ten survivor pool?
I got to go look. I don't know if I'm allowed to go look. Someone in the chat was in it. Let us know. I hope not. You can't pick a survivor in a rivalry game. That's death. Can't do that.
Yeah.
So no, can't do that. But
USC is the second best team in the Big Ten. What are you talking about?
They're in the conversation for top 5, but I wouldn't say top 2. No, but top 5. Yeah, I'll give them that for sure. On that, nice hat. Is Boston College, Missouri the game of the weekend?
Would you stop?
Missouri hasn't given up a point yet. They're ranked 6th in the country. They got back-to-back shutouts. Boston College is ranked for the first time since 2018. They're 2-0 under Bill O'Brien. There's not many ranked v-ranked games. I think this might be the only ranked v-ranked game.
Right.
Who else is playing that's ranked against each other?
It's both ranked?
Yeah, they're both ranked.
LSU and South Carolina is not, right?
South Carolina's not ranked yet, right? I mean, LSU is. Oh, no, LSU's not. Hold on. Let's see.
Game day's going.
I'll see. Well, that's where they should go. Let's see. LSU is ranked.
Oregon State.
And South Carolina's not ranked. South Carolina's not ranked. So it's they're not ranked.
Texas A&M, Florida's Caca.
I mean, the only two ranked teams are Boston College at Missouri. It's 24 versus 6.
Alabama, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's not ranked, are they? Wisconsin, it can't be.
You're the only one looking at the rankings. I'm not looking at the rankings.
They're right on the screen.
Where's Wisconsin?
They're not on there.
Oh, they're out. Okay.
They're not on there. I think the only ranked opponent, re-ranked, is Boston College, Missouri. It's crazy to say that, but it's wild to see that might be the game of the weekend.
Hard to believe, but
and Boston College is a 16, plus 16.5.
Right? It's not even a good game. I don't know.
Well, it might be. I don't know. But Missouri is sneaky. That's quiet. That's
backyard brawl this week. West Virginia
game.
And Pitt's a good
game. How good is West Virginia? How good's Pitt?
Well, they're not ranked.
It's a good
Notre Dame, Purdue. Notre Dame's got to go to Purdue.
Yeah, that's the 100-year anniversary of the first time those two teams played.
It is 100 years.
100 years. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot of that was supposed to be the big hype. That was going to be a real big hype game for that. Purdue sucks though. But I mean, if you're an Irish fan, we can end it with this and then send people off. You got to be real concerned about this. Brian Kelly was 54-9 in his final 5 years at Notre Dame, 857 win percentage. Marcus Freeman is 20-9. 20-9. He's got 9 losses in his third season. Second game of his third season with a 690 win percentage. They lose a game, another game, and don't make the playoffs. He might be out from Notre Dame. They're not gonna put up with this.
No.
You can't lose in Northern Illinois. You can't pay $1.4 million to get beat as 28-point favorites. Can't happen. It can't happen. Can't lose a game like that.
I don't know.
Brutal.
That's a bad loss. Yeah. Sorry, Notre Dame guys, girls.
Get you fired. Losses like that get you fired.
Are they out of the playoffs?
I think so. You can't lose to Northern Illinois at home and make the playoffs.
They have to win every game
by like 20. You got to kill everybody. You can't just win. You got to win. You got to destroy everyone.
You have to, yeah.
For that. Otherwise, you're
that.
That's a glaring black mark on your resume. That's like a across the resume. Right. Like, no, we can't consider them to be a top 12 team with that loss in their schedule. We can't allow it. If you guys are with us live on YouTube and Twitter, don't move. If you are with us on replay on SiriusXM or on Sports Grid, back tomorrow for a Tuesday to recap Monday Night Football. The rest of you stick around. You're getting bonus time. Okay. We go into the baseball portion of the show. Yes. Really, there's only one thing to talk about baseball-wise. So it is time for Ohtani watch here. And over the weekend, Ohtani goes for 46. So, let me correct that. Sorry. He's got 46 home runs for him now for Ohtani on that. 46 home runs, 46 stolen bases. He's got 13% of the season to go to get to 50-50.
19 games.
Foregone conclusion, is it not?
The projections have him at 52 and 52 or 52 and 53, depending on where you look at. I think so. I don't know. It was 103 degrees yesterday at Dodger Stadium, the highest recorded temperature ever. He hit a ball. Boom. And I mean, the Dodgers are still playing meaningful baseball. Why wouldn't he get it? He got picked off, though, for the first time ever.
If he starts walking.
That was wild. He's on first base, and he got caught leaning. I hadn't seen it. When I saw it happen, I was like, wow. It happens to everybody. There's, one-offs happen to everybody. There's times that they get you, and they got him.
Yeah.
But he's going to make this. No? He's making this.
Yes. As long as they pitch to him. He's getting the stolen bases. That's a given. He's getting 50 steals. The question is, will he have enough at-bats and enough balls to hit to get to 50 home runs? That's my question. But he's getting 50 stolen bases. That's
I almost said pause, but we're in bonus time when you were talking about his balls. Get
enough balls to hit.
He's going to have enough balls to hit. He's got enough balls to do whatever he wants.
Very true. Monday Night Football. It's the return of Aaron Rodgers. What are your expectations for Rodgers tonight?
Can you hit the stinger for the people that stayed?
What stinger?
The stinger.
Not doing Brigade Proxy Service stingers anymore. It's dead.
Oh, no, it's not dead. Oh, no, it's not. The people love it, and it wakes them up. We got bonus time. Anybody kind of, listen to too much Boston bullshit, had to listen to all of that. So, yeah, we had to wake them up. See, JC from KC knows. He likes it. Kansas City Royals didn't make the rundown, JC.
Sorry, no.
I tried the best I could. They had a good weekend.
Thursday, Friday, Monday. Good luck with getting baseball on the rundown. Good luck. It's too much football.
Well, now that the Red Sox are out too, it's different. What do we expect? A pretty boring ass game, most likely.
I agree. I think I have very low.
This is a defensive game, is it not?
I have a very low bar for Aaron Rodgers in the offense tonight.
Yeah.
I don't think. Flip, how many of our Survivor entries we lost? We lost 40%, right?
Yeah, just under 50%.
a bunch went down.
About the same percentage that the
Yeah.
contest lost.
Yeah.
Little bit more.
But
So-
yeah, a bunch of people went down, unfortunately, on that. What do you make of the
Bunch of
side?
people went down. Pause.
I was waiting for that. -4 for the Niners at home against the Jets tonight.
Yeah, this is one of those ones. This is the line. Like, this is perfect.
Okay.
You get
Over 3.
What's that?
Over 3, not 3.
Oh, no. 3's not. You can't make 3.
Why?
Because they'll be driving or flying private jets in from San Francisco to bet.
Really?
Yeah, this is weird. This is one of those. Again, San Francisco's the team that does it, especially when they play against a heavy East Coast team.
Okay.
Like Circa's at 4.5 here, trying to get some dog money. Back east, there's a 3.5, but there's mostly 4s. So you get that
Vandals 4.5.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, San Francisco's probably the side. But I don't know. I don't feel strongly about it. I'm doing a pregame show later on Sports Grid, and the woman.
I don't even know who I want. I mean,
a couple plays. I'm like, I don't know.
This is one of the few times I will say this, but I don't know if I want to give the Jets 10 points. I thought about a same game teaser and teasing it up to 10 and taking up to 49, go under. I mean, the Jets might score 10 points. It might be 21-10. I don't want to. I don't know if I can. I don't know if 10 points is enough if I'm teasing it. So I just think, what we do right now. We're going to better to book. Better to book at times. I'm playing the under 43.5. It's down to 43, but
yeah, I like under. This is a bet.
Yeah, I can't do it, football guy. I want to do it. I'm thinking about doing it. I'm concerned about the 10. This could get away from the Jets tonight. So I don't know. I'm more comfortable just laying the under 43.5 and just calling it a weekend.
Listen, anybody that's going to tell you they know anything about this game is completely full of shit. Aaron Rodgers played 4 plays last year.
Right.
And it had never played other than those 4 plays with this team. He hasn't played in a game since then. So it's almost 2 years, right? Finished the season. It's a whole year, nothing. And then we're starting the second year right now. I don't anticipate him coming up and lighting it up, throwing for 320 and 4 touches like, he would used to have to do sometimes in Green Bay. The only way the Jets win this game is if they run the ball and keep it close.
Yeah.
This isn't a shootout where that would be the most surprising thing, that the Jets win this game, 31-28, and him and Brock Purdy are, exchanging daggers.
Right. And that's why under 235.5 yards passing for Rodgers.
Oh, I would think that. I would think this would be a bet too.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he throws for a lot. I don't think there's going to be a lot of offense. I think both teams are going to run the football a lot, and that's why I don't think Debo is going to be in the passing game all that much. I have under 4.5 catches for Debo. I'm on under like almost all these props. I'm going under on all of them.
Right.
Under
That's an interesting
on that
one because I think he's going to get so many opportunities. I think I would lean what's the price on this? On the
minus 110 flat.
I'd lean over.
Okay.
I'd say book that one.
I think he'll run the ball more than he'll catch the ball tonight for them. He gets 2 or 3 catches every game, but then it's a question of what happens after that.
Right.
I think the Niners could kill them. I also think the Jets could win. So I'm totally confused as to what do I do with this game other than just bet unders and follow the prime time trend. I mean, even last night went under.
Yep.
Everybody was jumping on that over, and it's like, I don't know. Under. I stayed off of it, except I teased the Rams up to 10.5.
Let me see here. I want to check the quarterback props. What do you think about
The other props I'm on Breece Hall anytime touchdown, and I'm on what's the other bet that I made?
Wow.
And I'm on Brock Purdy over 6.5 yards rushing.
Purdy to throw an interception.
What's it?
It is no is minus 120.
What's the yes?
Yes is minus 110.
I bet the yes.
And Aaron Rodgers to throw an interception is minus 115 both sides. I don't think Rodgers does. I think Purdy does. I think Purdy throws a pick.
I agree. No, Rodgers does not throw interceptions. Him, as I said, him and Jacoby Brissett.
Doesn't normally. Yeah.
I don't think he will. He does. He's not a highly intercepted passer. Purdy could be with this Jets defense. Jets defense is going to be really good.
I'm surprised that the no is actually more favored now. Because I think that open pick, but I don't know.
Anytime touch. What's the price on Breece Hall? Anytime touchdown now. I got plus 130 last night.
Anytime touchdown. Anytime plus 120 for Breece Hall.
What is it? Sorry?
Plus 120.
Okay, so down a dime. Okay.
Yeah.
Plus 110 Rainmaker. See, I got 130 last night. I think that's my, if you want to my favorite prop of the night. I think Breece Hall scores tonight. I think he's going to be a massive weapon for this offense, in particular as Rodgers gets up to speed with Garrett Wilson. Him and Garrett Wilson are going to be tremendous this year, as long as Rodgers stays healthy. But Rodgers got to stay healthy. But early, run the football.
Right.
Swing passes, screen passes. Give the ball to Breece Hall and watch him make plays. Favorite thing about today is what?
Two things. Yesterday, I got or somebody tweeted at us or something that we said we were going back and forth, and they said, "Hey, we tried this last time. Are you going to be at Circa at all this weekend?" I said, "Yes, Sunday." So we exchanged like DMs, and I met Tom and Karen, a couple from Pittsburgh, at Circa yesterday.
Nice.
They were very nice, and we had a great time just commiserating. And Jess, if you're watching the show, they did not give me a hat, and don't worry about it, but they gave me a hat, and they're moving to Florida. They're retiring this year.
Oh, nice.
We shared some great stories about Pittsburgh and growing up, and they've been to Super Bowls. They're huge Steeler fans, and they have 4 club seats, and we've been invited to attend a Steeler game to let them know where we could go and do a Steeler game in Pittsburgh. So let's hope the Steelers keep winning.
Yeah.
Look, we got a guy now who Tom couldn't have been nicer. Karen, his wife, awesome. It was great. And now we got another guy in the mix. Second favorite thing about today is the kids. Practice starts today for fall ball.
That's what like girls.
I hope everything. I'm waiting for the text post practice or the FaceTime because they know we're on or they're watching the show. I was on the phone with them very late last night. Everything's going to be fine. But it's that time when like I don't know about you, Maddie, but like school is getting real now. Like we've been screwing around for 2 weeks and we had off and this and that. And no, it's now officially football season. We have 1 week in the books. It's officially school season. School nights, bedtime, get your ass ready for school. All that stuff started. So just wanted to shout out the big girls back east.
I can't wait to see, like, football season is the first week, like the rhythm of school and the rhythm of football, getting that back. Like my favorite thing about today is that like after tonight, like today is the last day of week 1. And then we get a couple of days to breathe. Just like, let's reconstitute.
I am so effing tired. Oh my God.
Let's get everything
What the
like
hell?
for like a couple of days. Like give me Tuesday, give me Wednesday. Let me just get my feet back underneath me. Let me figure out, because Saturday, literally, I couldn't believe it. I opened my eyes. It was 9:30 at night. I was like, how did this turn into 9:30 at night? I was like, where did this day go? The day was just gone from doing the proxy service, and then the girls going into the bowling and playing in the arcade and everything else, and then Madeline coming home, and like I was like, how is it 9:30 already? Like day was a blink. It was over in 2 seconds.
We
So
went to Durango after
You
bowling
did go.
to
Wow.
go to the oyster bar.
You did. Just got our wish. Good.
We didn't get home. I don't even know what time it was. That's why I was like, I think it was like 12:30.
Dang.
And the producer called for Moose at 7. And I was like,
Oh.
I don't even know my name right now, man. Like I gotta ramp up. It was crazy. But yeah, so yesterday was a blur. Saturday, everybody that was a part of the Brigade Proxy service that watches the show, we appreciate the hell out of you. And if you don't participate in a contest, it's a good asset to have. The proxy service, we got some great stories. Unfortunately, we got some people that lost because that's what happens. So only one person or maybe like 4 split this thing.
Yeah.
So it just sucks that you lost so quickly.
Does it suck that if you lose quick, or does it suck when you lose late? Which is worse? Because both are losses.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some people like the quick Band-Aid, just lose at the beginning and be done with it, not have to worry about it. I would much rather go. It hurts more losing later. It's much more painful. I mean, it's like a relationship, right? You date someone for 2 years, 3 years, and then you break up. It stinks. If you go out once and you don't call again, it's over.
Yeah, it's easy, right?
Yeah.
It's fair. Guys, have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. Enjoy Monday Night Football. We are back tomorrow to recap Jets and the 49ers. Take a look at some college football as well. And yes, baseball. We'll get back to the pennant races. We'll update you on everything happening because there are some really interesting things happening in the wild card races. Mets Braves are tied. We'll get to all that coming up tomorrow on a Tuesday version of BVB. Matt, Dave, back tomorrow for a Tuesday's Bostonian versus the Book.